Good morning students, welcome to our next lecture of data structures and algorithms. In today's lecture we will study about operations of linked list. In our previous lecture we discussed about different types of linked list, what is a linked list and the various different types of linked list. So in today's lecture we will study what operations can be performed on linked list. As linked list is a linear data structure, that means data stored in linked list is a sequential data. That means data will be either in increasing form or in decreasing form. So what different operations can be applied on linked list, we will study them today. It is one of the most important topics from exam point of view, as these operations on these different operations cover a great number of questions according to the scoring. So let's start. In this lecture we will study about two different operations on linked list. First one is creation of a linked list, that means how a new linked list can be created, and the second operation is traversing or display a linked list. That means when we created a linked list, how we can traverse or display that already created linked list. We will study that operation. Starting with the creation of a linked list, first we will see how we can create a linked list. So to create a linked list we will follow these following steps. These following steps are very important to understand. After understanding these steps only we can create a linked list. So the first step states that before adding the node we will first check whether the linked list is empty or not. So before adding any new node to make a linked list, we will check whether the linked list is empty or not. If the statement if start equals to null, this statement gets true, that means our linked list is empty and we can add a node to create a linked list. So before adding any node we will first check whether our linked list is empty or not using the statement if start equals to null. If this statement is true, if this statement gets true, then we will follow the following steps. That means if our linked list is empty, then we can add the new nodes to make a linked list, and we will follow the following steps. If our linked list is not empty, then we will directly add the node to the linked list. So let's see the steps of creating or adding nodes to the linked list. Second step says that if list is empty. Now if this condition if start equals to null becomes true, that means if list is empty, then we will first create a node using malloc function. We will firstly create a node using the malloc function. Malloc function is already described, is already taught you in the first year. So we will create the first node using the malloc function. After creating the first node using the malloc function, we will assign the value of data of new node using the statement start implies data is equals to num. Now after creating the first node using malloc function, since we are having a node, we are creating a node using malloc function. So I taught you in our previous lecture that a node contains two fields. In first field we insert the data and the second field contains the pointer to next node. So after creating the first node using malloc function, we will assign the value of data of new node. We will assign the value of data, the new node that we have created. In that new node we will assign the value of data using the statement start implies data is equals to num. That means our starting node that we have created just now using malloc function, the data field of that node will be assigned a value, and that value is known as num. So we will assign the value of data to this new node using the statement start implies data is equals to num. Now we have assigned the data num to this newly created node. After that, we will see the next condition. That means when we check this condition, that whether our list is empty or not. So if start equals to null, if this condition was true, that means if our list was empty, then we followed these two steps. These two steps means, in first step we created the first node using malloc function, and then we assigned the value of data to that new node. Now we will see the second condition of this statement. That means if start equals to null condition gets false, then what we will do? False means if list is not empty. Now if list is not empty, that means if we already have a linked list, then how we can add a new node to that already created linked list? We will study in these 4 steps. So if list is not empty, that means we are already having a linked list in which we can either have 1 node, 2 node, or any number of nodes. So for adding one more node to that linked list, we will follow the first step as assign the address of first node in another pointer. We will assign the address of first node in another pointer using the statement q is equals to start. That means we will assign the address of the first node in another pointer. Another pointer means the last node that linked list contains. We will assign the address of the first node using the statement q is equals to start. After that, we will traverse the each node of list through the statement q is equals to q next. We will start traversing each node of the list through the statement q is equals to q next using the loop. We will use the loop by applying the statement q is equals to q next until end of list is not encountered. End of list will be encountered using the statement q implies next is not equals to null. So we will traverse each node of the list using the statement q is equals to q next using the loop until our condition q implies next is not equals to null. Now after that, we will insert the new node t. We will insert a new node t at the end of the list using the statement q implies next is equals to t. Now after applying this condition of traversing each node till the last node of the linked list, we will insert the new node t that we are denoting using t. We will insert the new node t at the end of the linked list using the statement q implies next is equals to t. After inserting the new node t, we will assign the value to the node as we will assign the value to that newly added node t by using the statement t implies data is equals to num. So in this way, we can create a linked list by firstly checking whether our linked list is empty or not. If our linked list is empty, we will create the first node using malloc function, and after that we will assign the value of data to that newly created node. But if list is not empty, we will assign the address of first node in another pointer. Then we will traverse the each node of the list until we get the end of the list, and after that we will insert a new node t at the end of the list, and lastly we will assign the value to that newly added node t to the end of the linked list using the statement t implies data is equals to num. So this was the creation of a linked list operation. Now discussing about traversing or display of a linked list, that means when we are having an already created linked list, how we can traverse each and every node of that linked list exactly once. So traversing means accessing each node's data exactly once. So how we can traverse or display a linked list? We will study these following steps. Firstly, assign the address of first node to Q using the statement Q is equals to start. So for traversing or displaying a linked list, we will firstly assign the address of first node Q. The first node that we are having in our linked list, we will firstly assign the address of first node to Q using the statement Q is equals to start. After that, we will traverse the each node of linked list through the statement Q is equals to Q next. Firstly, we assign the first node to Q using the statement Q is equals to start. That means we are start traversing from the first node of the linked list that we denoted using the alphabet Q. So after using the alphabet Q, denoting the alphabet Q to the start node, we will start traversing the linked list through the statement Q is equals to Q next using the loop until Q has null addresses. We will continuously traverse the linked list using the statement Q is equals to Q next using the loop until Q gets null address. So this is an example of a linked list. We are having a linked list. In this our first node is 12, then 3 and then 15. So pointing Q is equals to start. Since here if taking Q as a start, but Q means, but actually start contains address of first node. That means Q contains address of first node, so Q automatically will point to the first node. So Q here automatically will point to the first node, that is the node containing the data 12. Now as Q implies next contains address of next node. Now if the next field of Q, that means the pointer field of Q contains address of next node, that means the next node is not null, so we will move further to the next node using the statement Q implies data. So our output screen will show the output 12 and will move to the next node by the statement Q is equals to Q next. Our Q contains the data 12 and the pointer field contains the address of the next node. So our output screen will show the output as 12 and will move to the next node by the statement Q is equals to Q implies next. Now Q will move towards the next node. Next node contains the data value 3. So this 3 will be displayed again on the output screen, and this node contains the pointer to the next node, and Q will move to the next node using the statement Q is equals to Q next, and this statement is continuously followed until we get the end of the linked list, and the end of the linked list will be shown if when the pointer field of the node contains null value. So this loop will keep on executing till the pointer field of the node contains null value. So this was about traversing or display a linked list. So in today's lecture we studied that how we can create a linked list and how we can traverse a linked list. I hope you all have understood. Thank you very much.